Thanks to human ingenuity and zero gravity, we reap important benefits from science in space. Consider smartphones with built-in navigation systems and cameras. A team of astronomers at Nanjing University has found evidence that Mars likely has more potentially hazardous asteroids in its path than Earth. Researchers identified a key signaling pathways, PI3K-beta, responsible for chemotherapy resistance in glioblastoma. There are 2 launches from China to start this week, the first of which will... The vehicle, named Tenacity, will reach orbit in the coming months if all goes to plan. My 13-year-old daughter has been attached to her phone since she got it for Christmas. Her school had a no-phone policy for a dance, and I loved it. It's called the magnetotails, of course. Black holes are intriguing astronomical objects that have a gravitational pull so strong that it prevents any object and even light from escaping. Strong but light, beautiful and precisely structured, feathers are the most complex skin appendage that ever evolved in vertebrates. What did our ancestors think when they looked up at the night sky? All cultures ascribed special meaning to the sun and the moon, but what about the pearly band of light and shadow we call the Milky Way? As SpaceX prepares for its next Starship test flight, the company is also working to scale up facilities in Texas to build and launch those vehicles. These samples are uniquely important for return to Earth for further study. By converting their data into sound, scientists discovered how hydrogen bonds contribute to the lightning-fast gyrations that transform a string of amino acids into a functional, folded protein. SpaceX is targeting back-to-back Starlink launches this week from the Florida Space Coast. Quantum tunneling can explain radioactive decay and also serve applications like microscopy and memory storage. Turns out, having a lot of money may not qualify you to repair delicate scientific equipment. For water-stressed cities, undersea aquifers could be a submerged solution. The good news? We'll probably die from human-made climate change well before then. A team led by Professor Jongmin Choi of the Department of Energy Science and Engineering has developed a PBS quantum dot that can rapidly enhance the electrical conductivity of solar cells. The findings are published in the journal Small. The march to the first moon landing took a giant leap forward in May 1969 with the successful completion of Apollo 10E, essentially a dress rehearsal for the... Scientists have discovered that dinosaurs are even cooler than we previously thought, or are. And it turns out, not cooler, but warmer. May's huge geomagnetic storm caused historic auroras, and more powerful geomagnetic storms are expected due to increased solar activity. Not only is black carbon terrible for human health, but ever fiercer wildfires are covering the Arctic with the dark particles accelerating melting. The new device is also structurally compatible with high-temperature silicon carbide devices designed for extreme temperature operations. Scientists are searching for dark matter particles that are trillions or even quadrillion times lighter than the more traditional searches. BAE Systems' won a $450 contract to develop an ocean color instrument for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's next geostationary weather constellation. Tidal forces and radiation bombardment can cause some planetary atmospheres to leak into space. The puzzling skull may shine light on the origin of Homo sapiens. The proposed maglev system could be the key to sustaining human life on the lunar surface. An ocean of liquid water deep beneath the icy surface of Pluto is coming into focus thanks to new calculations by Alex Nguyens, a graduate student in Earth, Environmental and Planetary Sciences in Arts and Sciences at Washington University in St. Louis. A recent study allowed scientists to get clues months before the arrival of a dry spell. Sometime between May and September, a white dwarf is expected to go thermonuclear. Watch as people react in awe. Web wows us again. At 20 to 30 million years old, V1298 Tau b is one of the youngest known transiting exoplanets and holds the key for understanding early evolutionary mechanisms. GenGraph shared video of the fireball that was captured on her home security camera in Conrad. Einstein was right. Scientists found the first ever evidence of plunging regions of space-time where matter inexorably falls into black holes, as predicted. New MBARI research on a field of pockmarks, largel, circular depressions on the seafloor, offshore of Central California, has revealed that powerful sediment flows, not methane gas eruptions, maintain these prehistoric formations. The 70-million-year-old meat-eater stalked South America during the Cretaceous, a new study says. When it comes to rocket launches, the Space Coast is spoiled. Looking for things to doze, places to go? Watch a launch. You have 2 chances this week. A costly step in the process of taking carbon dioxide emissions and converting them into useful products such as biofuels and pharmaceuticals may not be necessary, according to University of Michigan researchers. A technology demo on the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will help increase the variety of distant planets scientists can directly image. Studying the atmosphere of a puffy exoplanet about 200 light-years from Earth may have unraveled a confounding cosmic mystery. Scientists are learning more about how common magnetic fields are around planets and moons. The first launch of the Ariane 6 is expected in the first half of July as the vehicle takes shape at its French Guiana launch site. Researchers at the University of Bern have for the first time been able to pin down a prehistoric settlement of early farmers in northern Greece, dating back more than 7,000 years to the year. Researchers at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, led by Rwandan professor Aristide Gumusengesh, have developed a detector that could provide. Late on August 31st, 1886, while many people were asleep, a large quake rocked Charleston, South Carolina, and the surrounding region, toppling buildings, buckling railroad tracks, and causing sand to boil or bubble from liquefaction. Scientists have used the gorilla genome to probe for previously unknown genes that may contribute to infertility in men. In a world that seems to be switching focus from the Hubble Space Telescope to the James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble still reminds us it's there. In a new review paper, Carlo Maley and Arizona State University colleagues describe cell-in-cell phenomena in which one cell engulfs and sometimes consumes another. Tsuchinshan Atlas might become as brilliant as Venus. Subsea. Compasses deep underwater recorded disturbances in Earth's magnetic field. From the small ossicones on a giraffe to the gigantic antlers of a male moose, which can grow as wide as a car, the headgear of ruminant hooved mammals is extremely diverse. And new research suggests that despite the physical differences, fundamental aspects of scientists have used a new technique to synthesize diamonds at normal atmospheric pressure and without a starter gem, which could make the precious gemstones easier to grow in the lab. The past attempts of honeybee researchers to inventory the fungal diversity in honeybee colonies revealed that Aspergillus flavus is frequently found in hives. Galaxies rarely look stranger than NGC 4753.